Hello, let's do Wordle for Thursday, December 18th. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it told us to start with climb. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Oh, there's a B. That's lucky. About 50% of all of the 5-letter words on the answer list, if they have a B, they start with B. So we're going to check B at the start. Common letters, the R, the N, the T, the S, basically all of them, except L. So brunt. I don't really like the U, but I like all those other consonants, so it doesn't really matter. Let's try brunt. Ooh, so we are not starting with B today, and we're not ending with B, so it's a bit unusual. It can't be urban for a few reasons, but urban would have been an interesting guess. Last one. All right, there is a U, by the way. Are we starting with RU, like rub? Are we ending in Y? It feels like if we're going to do that, we got to end in Y, but Ruby, and we just don't have a 5th letter. Could it be like a URBY? Is there a word that does that? Derby is with an E. Furby. Does it accept Furby? Or are you something BY? Rumby. Huh. This felt like a way to go, but maybe not. U could be the start. And then like RBY. Wow, I think we're down to like very few words, maybe one word, and I'm just not seeing it. Are you rugby? How did I not see rugby this whole time? All right. That might have been the only word left. We're about to find out, but before we do that, we're going to spin our members wheel and see what we're going to start with tomorrow. All right. We are starting with final, suggested by Double E. And for those who don't know, if you sign up as a member and you get a word on the wheel, it's going to stay on that wheel until it's picked, even if you only sign up for 1 month. And then I'm also increasing the chance of it picking if you do multiple months and you don't get picked. So the details are a little complicated, but that's the basic idea. So that'll be a nice change. But it does mean also that words are removed from the wheel when they are picked until you re-up. And so that means that we're not going to get repeats as often. All right, so tomorrow, if you'd like to follow along, then start with final. All right, let's do some analysis here. See about rugby. Rugby is one of those that I don't think you're going to like get trapped or anything, but it's one of those that's hard to think of because it's such a strange formation of letters. Start with climb. There were 146 words left. That's very few for just having one starting word, or just one word so far. It's just born. Interesting, like the born identity. No. I did brunt. Is that... There's brute. Ooh, brute is good. Boast. Beast. Beast is good. Based. Apparently you can just go right into the ace trap. I did brunt. Brunt is not here. Interesting. Okay. Brunt was 2774. These are 2740, so it's much worse than some of these other ones. Anyway, from here there are 3 words left: rebus, rebuy, and rugby. I didn't think of trying RE words, so I won a 1 and 3, but they're all equally good to guess. They all get each other, which is nice. Why does rugby get the other 2? We need to tell the difference between rebus and rebuy, the S or the Y. Oh, so the Y ending does it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, rugby wasn't a bad guess, and it was the correct one also. It would have gone born. Now rugby's the only answer. All right. We start with tails. It suggests crump when you get all gray from tails. It's going to be the same for steel. That RU, that's going to check furry now. Check for the double R. We get the Y ending. Now we're going to go either ruddy or rugby. So it could get rugby in 4. Otherwise, it could be as bad as 6, but it's not going to lose. Ruddy, runny, rugby. Wow. Steel is the same. We're going to check a DU. Just the U. So it's going to go court to check the O. So still just the U. You get the R. It's going to go burly, getting that B. Rugby's almost in the running, but it's not. And now it's only rugby. Or if we did shrub, which is tied, it's still only rugby. That's hard to think of, though. All right, audio. From audio, it actually suggests gulps. So it's going to throw out the possibility of getting it in two. From here, we're going to go buggy, potentially, which gets rugby. Or we could go huggy, which gets rugby right away. Or we could go muggy, which gets rugby. Or we could just get rugby. So it's most likely a 4, but could be a 3. Interesting. We're very, very, very limited after that U in audio. If it did bugle, if it skipped gulps because it wants to get the potential of getting it in 2, then it just guaranteed a 3. So bugle ends up better today because of that B. All right. Stare is a popular starting word. Grind. Rugby is a 1 and 3 here. Otherwise, it's a 4. All right. So stare, grind. Interesting. All right. And then trace tries to get in 2. I doubt it does today. Just that R, we're going to go round. Now it could get rugby in 3. Okay. And then finally, place. We go snort. It does roust. But this bot wants snort. And then from there, we're going to go either grimy or rigid, which then gets rugby, guaranteed. If we go roust, then it's going to go ruing and then rugby. Let's see if that matches or not. All right, let's check the official bot. Grab this screenshot first. Okay. Gave me a 94 skill, 66 luck, 3. It's much better than average. All right, so 192 starting with climb. Most popular follow-up is bread. Interesting, getting that D. Beast, I think, is a really good one. 8% break, brash. It's just born. No one did that. Bound, break, broke, brand. Brunt, I'm not the only one who did Brunt, but it's rare. It's 2%. Okay. And then I got rugby. It would have also guessed rugby. For some reason, it actually doesn't like rebus or rebuy as much. They're probably just a lower percentage. Yeah, so rugby is a 49% chance, rebus is 48%, and rebuy is 2%. So even though rebuy is a possible answer, it's one of those unlikely possible answers, which I'm not sure exactly where the bot's getting that from. But anyway. All right, place, roust, ruing, rugby. That's exactly the same solve if we use its follow-up. All right. We got 0.2% starting with rugby, as usual. And then climb was at 176. All right, and... Ooh. I didn't think we were having traps here, but I guess the RU blank blank Y is trappy. Sure is. Okay. Okay, so it definitely is a trap. All right. We have a 5.8% failure rate in hard mode. It's going to be lower, at least likely is lower in non-hard mode just by trend. So people are using on rubby, ruggy, rummy, ruffy, ruddy, runny, ruddy, rolly. So if you have it in your head that it's going to be a double letter, you don't think of rugby. Oh, imagine guessing rubby and then realizing it was rugby. All right. All right. So we are going to now analyze the in normal mode, non-hard mode. Just give me a moment. Upload a screenshot. Okay. Gives me a little bit lower skill score, 91, 66 luck. How many start with climb? 741 start with climb in normal mode. So it's a fairly common starting word beyond people following along with me. I'm not the only one who did brunt, but still the most common follow-ups are break, bread, brand, brown, broke, brave, break, broad. It would have done orate, so it's throwing out the ability to get it in 2 to just get some good letters on the grid. A rose as well. How far do we have to scroll to actually get a B here? Born at 94. So the hard mode follow-up, the best hard mode follow-up ends up with a 94 skill in non-hard mode. And then rugby. All right. It does slate, crony, murky, rugby. So its follow-up from all gray slate anagrams is crony. Okay. 0.4% starting with rugby. Climb is at rank 331. And a 93.2%. So that is a whole 1% lower solve rate in normal mode. People using the same exact words: rubby, ruggy, rummy, ruffy, ruddy, runny, ruddy, rully. All right. Well, how'd you do? And that is it for Wordle. If you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.